Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to opening day here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. I'm Charlie Limoncelli, joined by Kasey Kazliner. Kasey, it's the first game of the season for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. We will be your guides to this entire season, and I think we've got a fun one on tap. The Berkovich Honors Club from Headford's Baseball coming to town. This is a fun game we've got on tap today.
Yeah, it's an exciting start to the season. Of course, Walnut Creek coming off the CCL North Division title, of course, falling in the CCL Championship, but they want to run it back. They want to get back to the top, and starting with a completely, almost overhauled roster. A few returners on this team, but not many playing tonight, so it should be an interesting one in the books here at Chabot College.
Absolutely. We are playing at Chabot College today in Hayward. Normally the Crawdads' home field is Monte Vista High School out in Danville, but special circumstances for this opening week, so we'll be here for the majority of it until Sunday. That'll be the first real home game of the season. Anyways, let's preview the matchup today. On the bump for the Crawdads is Dylan McShane, the right-hander for Walnut Creek. Stands at 6'9", 235 pounds, big righty, entering his senior year next year after a redshirt junior season with University of Pacific, Kasey. And he's been pretty effective at times. Hasn't seen a whole lot of action, but definitely trying to get his groove in summer ball this year.
Yeah, he's the tallest player on the Crawdads. He's a behemoth, sitting at 6'9", like you said, and he hasn't played college ball since 2023. Played with Oregon, and then, of course, transferred to Pacific, but has not played since transferring over to the Tigers. So he'll want to kind of turn his career around and get some quality reps here with the Crawdads. Of course, in his second year as a Crawdad as well, played in 2023 with Walnut Creek, but did not play last year with them. So his third year in the CCL, and he'll try to get back to the top.
Absolutely, and he'll be facing Bryce Berry for Berkovich Honors, guy out of West Valley College, current freshman and a rising sophomore. Another really tall guy, standing at 6'8", 240, another right-hander. So we've got some behemoths on the mound, like you said. Berry had a pretty good season last year with West Valley, 23 appearances, 3 starts, went 4-2 with a 4.21 ERA in 36 innings. So pretty effective overall. Going to be a significant challenge for these Walnut Creek Crawdads bats. So let's get to the starting lineup for those Crawdads. Leading off, Casey Levitt McGee playing center field. Dylan Hillman playing shortstop, batting second. Batting third, Joey Donnelly at the designated hitter spot. Hitting cleanup, Brandon Clisby, and catching. Batting fifth, Cam Taylor, and playing first base. Batting sixth, Sam Jenkins in right field. Batting seventh, Trey Johnson in center field. And batting eighth, Brady Wilson playing third. And to wrap it up, it's Chris Esquivel batting ninth at second base. Who stands out the most out of those guys to you, Casey?
I'm looking at Joey Donnelly because this is his third year with the Crawdads, fourth year in the CCL. Of course, went over to the Arroyo Seco Saints down in the South Division and was an all-CCL honor last season with Arroyo Seco. So he comes over after a solid season playing at Cal, of course, but he's in the transfer portal right now. So he'll want to show off to scouts and people across the league to try to get back to another program.
Absolutely, he's going to use his last year of eligibility as a graduate, play one more year of college ball. But like you said, this is a guy who's probably the most veteran presence on the Crawdads team, looking to bring a lot of stability, especially from that 3-hole today. So looking at the Berkovich Honors lineup 1 through 9, starting with Cole Jones at center field, then Ben Skiles playing left. In the designated hitter spot, Michael Olson hitting third. Then Blake Jacobs, he'll be cleaning up and playing third base today. Batting fifth, Luca Bocasile playing right field. Batting sixth, Tanner Lee playing second. At short, Caden Shaw hitting seventh. Then Mason Hanshaw playing, excuse me, folks, he is playing catcher today. Seth Vasquez will round it out, and he is playing first base. Out of those names, Casey, who's the biggest standout in your opinion?
Yeah, Ben Skiles played at D3 Grinnell for his freshman season this past year, hit nearly 400, 398 with no home runs, so maybe want to try to get some power this summer, but he stands out to me, a guy who has plenty of speed as well, playing the outfield today.
Absolutely. We'll have to see how he handles the power today, especially considering this is a wood bat league, Casey, so no metal bats. They won't have those to help them out, but I think that's going to make this game so much more entertaining. I love just the sound of the wood bat.
Really can't beat it. In here on Chabot College, and it's a turf field, so maybe we'll see the ball kind of glide through the infield.
Potentially, we've got the initial conference of the game today. Head coach Brant Cummings for the Walnut Creek Crawdads, Mike Bungars for Berkovich Honors, meeting with the umpires today, discussing the lineups and all the rules at this field. About a minute away from first pitch here, folks. Scheduled start time 4 p.m. Pacific.
Definitely exciting time to be a Crawdad for sure. We mentioned coming off that run to the title game and, of course, got swept, should say 2-game series rather, against the Conejo Oaks, but
Even still, in 3 games, 2 is a sweep, so that definitely counts. But in Coach Cummings' own words, he told me he feels a lot better about his team this year than he did last year, and last year's team went all the way to the championship. So I think he's very confident in the roster he's put together. I've had a couple conversations with him this week on Sunday and Monday, and raves about most of his players. He's very excited to get things going here this summer.
Coach Cummings has developed players so well. Had 9 players last year selected the CCL All-North list. That was tied for most. And then 6 players to the CCL All-League team. So a lot of recognition from the CCL to the Crawdads last year.
Absolutely, a very impressive resume he's built up in his tenure so far. As you can see, camera angle, we are slightly off to the first base side. See some of home field and the mound, or excuse me, home plate and the mound. So the important stuff. We'll make sure to fill in all the details that you folks miss at home. This will be a stationary camera.
Get a good shot of the Berkovich on deck circle.
Yeah, hopefully that won't be too distracting. But we are right next to the Berkovich dugout, so there may be some audio that you folks hear from the players over there. Take that as your free immersiveness of the day. It is officially 4 p.m. Conference at home plate still going, but it looks like Crawdads are primed to take the field and play defense first as technically the home team.
Yeah, and Berkovich Honors, of course, went up to Sonoma and came back against the Sonoma Stompers, of course, also in the CCL North. Defeated them 8-7 last Thursday. So they're, coming off a win. They want some momentum heading into this one.
Absolutely. Definitely a dangerous team with a lot of talent on that roster. So here we go. First couple of batters for Berkovich are going to head into the on-deck circle. And here come the Crawdads out of the dugout for the first time in 2025. Rather windy day here in Hayward, but a nice 77 degrees and perfectly clear skies.
I was going to say, it's pretty picture perfect for opening day.
Absolutely. Couldn't ask for a better weather day, all things considered. The fog has already blown out. It's not too hot. And with this wind, we might see some long fly balls that carry out of here. It looks like the wind is blowing a little bit towards right field as well. So any right-handed batters who can pull it might have an advantage today. And here we go. The Crawdads are officially on the field. McShane trotting out to the bump, talking to his catcher, Clisby. A few brief words. They'll begin warming up. In the on-deck circle, Cole Jones, the center fielder for Berkovich, working with 2 bats, just out of picture. Then in front of him is Skiles, also 2 bats. Nice warm-up pitch there from McShane.
McShane coming from a pretty athletic family. His younger brother, Finian, is also a pitcher. He's in high school in the Stockton area. But his uncle pitched at Stanford. His other uncle pitched at USC.
Pac-12 in his blood.
A lot of Pac-12. I mean, his father and mother both played sports at Washington State. So
wow,
one
very
of the
impressive. 2
remaining Pac-12 schools.
Indeed. Looks like McShane's got 2 more warm-up pitches, and then we will be underway for first pitch. There's one. Clisby preparing for the throwdown. There it is, and we are underway. Cole Jones, a center fielder for Berkovich, will take home plate first, hitting from the right side against the right-hander Dylan McShane.
Again, this afternoon's ball game, leading off for head first, center fielder, number 11, Cole Jones.
Jones steps in. McShane sets on the rubber, gets the call from Clisby. Turns, kicks, and delivers the first pitch of 2025. It's a strike on the outside corner. Kasey, McShane is a guy who has a lot of movement on pretty much every pitch. That's what the rap was when we talked to Coach Cummings, as the 0-1 is outside, 1-1.
Yeah, see him go to a couple fastballs to start the game. Trying to attack early.
That fastball ranges from 89 to 91 miles an hour. As the 1-1, chopped foul down the third base side. 1-2. McShane sets. Gets the call from Clisby. Winds and deals, off speed, strike 3 swinging. And McShane works a 4-pitch strikeout to start 2025 for the Walnut Creek Crawdads.
Yeah, not shying away from the heater, and looked like Jones a little bit late on it. Good start to the season for the Crawdads.
Absolutely. Ben Skiles up to bat, hitting in the 2-hole, playing left field today. McShane kicks and deals off speed outside for the first pitch. 1 down, nobody on here on the top of the first. As McShane goes to work. The 1-0. Bounces outside, 2-0. Skiles, who's from Oakland, California, stands at 5'10". Current freshman and now a rising sophomore as we enter the summer. Like you mentioned, Kasey, in the pregame, hitting nearly 400 last season as he takes the 2-0 outside again. Another fastball that got away from McShane, 3-0.
Trying to get Skiles to chase there and just not quite being able to locate.
McShane delivers on the 3-0. Same location, fastball. You can't locate it. So a 4-pitch walk for Ben Skiles brings up Michael Olson, the designated hitter today for Berkovich Honors. Olson, a lefty, standing at 6'4" from Castro Valley. Did not record any stats at Chabot College last season in 2025. So starting fresh with a man aboard here in the bottom of the first. Excuse me, the top of the first. First pitch from McShane goes for a strike.
Olson, one of a handful of guys on this Berkovich team that was a BCAL All-Star last season with Head First Academy.
McShane sets, and the 0-1. Gets past Clisby, and Skiles will take off and take second. No problem on the passed ball.
Yeah, it's now 4 or 5 pitches from McShane that have gotten to the backstop.
And like we were talking about earlier, Kasey, we talked with Coach Cummings, and he said for McShane, it's all about harnessing that command and locating his pitches with control. Because clearly the stuff is good. We saw it with that strikeout. Now he's got to recover here. Skiles at second. Olson from the left side of the plate. 1 down here in the top of the first. McShane on the 1-1. Fastball just high. 2-1. Looks back at second, fires the 2-1. Pass ball again. Clisby doesn't know where it is. Skiles will take third on the pass ball. So McShane working out the kinks early in his first appearance here for the Crawdads. 3-1 count on Michael Olson. Blake Jacobs, the cleanup batter, up next. The 3-1. Hits Olson in the leg. Take the free pass. So that is 2 straight base runners surrendered. Runners on the corners for Jacobs. Only 1 down here in the the top of the first inning.
Blake Jacobs, familiar with the CCL, played 2024 with the Alameda Merchants, who the Crawdads will play Friday.
Good find. Local from Danville, California. Current sophomore, plays at Chabot. Takes the first pitch just inside, 1-0. Jacobs did not record any stats this past season for Chabot, but looking to deal some damage with 2 aboard. The 1-0 in there for a strike on the outer third, 1-1. Good recovery pitch there from McShane. The 1-1. Chopper to Hillman at short. Flips it to second, throw to first. In time, and the Walnut Creek Crawdads escape the jam on a double play, a pitcher's best friend, as they like to say. So with that, we'll take a brief intermission. No hits, 2 walks, and no runs allowed by the Crawdads. We'll be right back for the bottom of the first inning right after this. Welcome back to the bottom of the first inning. Still a 0-0 ball game between Berkovich Honors and the Walnut Creek Crawdads, taking their first at-bats of this 2025 season. Leading off is Casey Levitt McGee, the left fielder today. Hitting from the left side of the plate. Facing Bryce Berry, first fastball outside. 1-0 count for McGee, who's a native of San Francisco. Just completed his sophomore year at Laney College. Berry delivers the 1-0, driven deep into left center. McGee speeding towards second, rounding first. He's going to go down in time for a leadoff double.
Really good bat-to-ball contact there for Levitt McGee, and took a little bit of a slow turn at first, but gets into second. Nice first hit of the season.
Yeah, flashes of speed. He wasn't sure whether or not he'd have enough time to get to second, but he did. He had plenty of it. Now here's Dylan Hillman playing shortstop today. Batting second, a new addition to the Crawdads from Danville. Takes the first pitch from Berry high and inside. 1-0. Hillman went to Monte Vista High School, where the Crawdads will play their home games for this season. Berry sets on the rubber, looks back, fires the 1-0. Breaking ball, finds the zone, 1-1. Nice curveball there after delivering some high-octane heaters. The 1-1 goes off speed again, but it's low and away. 2-1. Hillman in 2025 played 44 games, hit .426 on the season for the College of San Mateo. He's been dynamite. He fouls off the 2-1, makes it a 2-2 count. McGee over at second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Crawdads trying to strike first. Barry looks back at second. Winds and deals the 2-2. Fouled back again. Hillman continues to fight. So they'll do the 2-2 dance again. Barry sets, kicks, fires. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Got him.
Really good job there, elevating the fastball for Barry. That's the guy with plenty of power, and Dylan Hillman get that first out with the runner in scoring position.
Absolutely. Now here's the veteran Crawdad, Joey Donnelly, hitting from the left side. Another local from Alamo, California. Stands at 6'2". Donnelly takes the first pitch from Barry down the middle. Nice fastball, 0-1. Working with one down here in the bottom of the first inning. McGee at second. Barry looks back, fires off speed and outside. 1-1 count. Barry steps off and gets ready for the 1-1. Kicks and delivers. Chopper down the first base line, just foul. Donnelly down at 1-2 now.
Donnelly also playing basketball in high school at De La Salle High. Not too far from where the Crawdads play, Concord.
Donnelly steps in the box. Barry sets on the rubber. Kicks and delivers, ball in the dirt. 2-2. Donnelly with some patience. Like you mentioned, coming off of an all-CCL year last year with the Arroyo Seco Saints, hitting .327 with 20 runs batted in. 14 extra bases. He swings and misses at the 2-2 fastball. 2 straight strikeouts for Bryce Barry. Now the Crawdads down. 2 outs here.
Yeah, and both have come on higher elevated fastballs. Barry doing a good job. 6'8", can put it up there on the top shelf.
Absolutely. So with 2 down here in the bottom of the first, Brandon Clisby takes the first pitch just high. Breaking ball from Barry misses. McGee still over at second base. Nothing ball game here. Clisby, the catcher from New Mexico State, just completed his freshman year. Fouls off the 1-0 into the pole right next to us. 1-1. Clisby, another guy who went to Monte Vista High School, just like, I believe it was Hillman before him. 2 at-bats before him. Played 27 games his senior year, hit .455. 33 runs batted in. Did not hit or record any stats last year with New Mexico State. The 1-1 from Barry. High fastball, fouled back.
Not surprised to see another high fastball and a 2-strike count from Barry. Clisby just trying to fight it off.
The 1-2, fastball just high. Clisby does a nice job laying off there. So 2-2 count for the current sophomore from Alamo, California. 2-2 curveball up high, full count. McGee over at second, 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Clisby trying to put the Crawdads on the board here in game number 1 of 2025. The payoff. High chopper over to shortstop. Clisby running it out, and he's going to get there in time. Throw from Caden Shaw at short was not there, but a good piece of hitting on a very bouncy turf field.
Yeah, I was going to say that ball bounced really high, and Shaw just had to watch it.
For Walnut Creek, first baseman, number 5, Cam Taylor.
So now here's Cam Taylor playing first base, hitting from the left side. Takes the first pitch for a strike down the middle. Taylor enrolled at Eastern Kentucky University, where he has played his last season as a sophomore. Appeared in 15 games as he chops the 0-1 pitch foul down the first base line. Taylor, a very versatile defender, can play both infield and outfield. From Lithonia, Georgia. Barry sets and delivers the 0-2. Ball in the dirt. Taylor takes it, 1-2 now.
Yeah, Cam Taylor currently in the transfer portal. Would be his 4th college if he does transfer to wherever that may be.
That is correct. He redshirted his true freshman year at Florence Darlington Tech. Barry steps off, tries to pick off Clisby at first. Then he spent 2024 at Andrew College, where he hit .344 in 54 games, and then played last year at Eastern Kentucky. The 1-2 from Barry. High fastball out of the zone. Taylor holds up, and it's 2-2. 2-2 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Crawdads with runners on the corners. Cam Taylor trying to bring him in. The payoff is outside, and now it's a full count. 3-2 for Taylor. Barry sets, kicks, deals. Chopper through the gap between first and second. That'll score McGee. And Clisby was waved home initially, but holds up. Takes an awkward kind of stop. But anyways, it's a RBI single for Cam Taylor, and Walnut Creek Crawdads are up first in this game. 1-0.
Good piece of hitting there. Yeah, you saw Clisby take a bit of a turn at third, and again, that slippery turf caught him a bit, but good piece of hitting.
So here's Cam Jenkins playing right field today. Takes the first pitch low. 1-0 count for him. Jenkins just finished his freshman year at Baylor as he chops this one down the first base line. It's fair. Vasquez fields and tags him for the final out of the bottom of the first, but not before the Crawdads score a run. 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. Or excuse me, 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 1 run scored. So the Walnut Creek Crawdads finding some offense in their first inning of the 2025 season. We'll be right back for the top of the second right after this. Welcome back to the top of the second inning here at Chabot College. The Walnut Creek Crawdads and Berkovich Honors squaring off. First game of the Crawdad season. Luca Bocasile is up playing right field today for the Honors. Dylan McShane pitching for the Crawdads in his second inning of work. Surrendered no runs on a strikeout and 2 walks last time. First pitch high and away. Bocasile lays off, 1-0. McShane kicks and delivers low and inside. 2-0 count for Bocasile. Calls Castro Valley hometown. The 2-0, fastball down the middle. Goes for a strike, and McShane back in the at-bat, 2-1. Bocasile graduated class of 2023 at Castro Valley and plays here at Chabot as he swings and misses on the 2-1. Count evens at 2 apiece now. McShane looking for the put away here on the 2-2. Lined right back into McShane at the mound. Fields, and he's not going to get there in time for the throw. A rocket off the bat of Bocasile, and that's a single to lead off the second.
Yeah, it was off the right thigh of McShane and slipped a little bit. Of course, head coach Brant Cummings coming out to check on his pitcher. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, have to be careful, obviously, with any kind of potential injury. And McShane does have a bit of an injury history, has not played the past 2 years due to multiple nagging injuries. So he's going to take a couple warm-up pitches, make sure he's okay. Throws a nice strike on the first one. We'll get one more. Coach Cummings thinks he's okay to play. Now the the umps making sure. 2 nice strikes. So with the leadoff man aboard, that'll bring up Tanner Lee, the second baseman for Berkovich Honors. Wind really is picking up at the moment.
Seems to be going toward the outfield, luckily for the hitters. Can see the ball carry a bit.
Lee plays at San Diego City College. Hometown is Livermore. Takes the first pitch from McShane. High and in, 1-0. His first season with San Diego City College, he played 32 games, hit 206. Trying to deal some damage with the runner aboard. McShane kicks, delivers the 1-0 outside, 2-0. McShane sets, and the 2-0 goes for a strike, 2-1. Good recovery fastball there. That seems to be the most effective pitch today for Dylan McShane, is that fastball. Delivers the 2-1, called strike. Count evens, 2-2 on Tanner Lee. McShane looking for the put away here. Breaking ball hits Tanner Lee. So now there are 2 aboard for the 7-hitter, Caden Shaw, playing shortstop today.
Second hit by pitch, dished out by McShane, and still trying to find that consistent command.
Yep. It's somewhat expected for his first start of the season. He did not play at all this spring due to that injury. So it's going to take some time to shake off the rust a little bit. But now he'll face Caden Shaw, the switch hitter from the College of San Mateo. Redshirted this last year and did not play. Shaw shows bunt, takes the first pitch from McShane inside, fastball. 1-0. There is some action in the Crawdads bullpen. McShane fires inside, 2-0. Nobody out here in the top of the second. Runners on first and second. Third batter of the inning, Caden Shaw up. And he's ahead in the count, 2-0. McShane fires the 2-0 just a hair inside. 3-0 count with Mason Hanshaw, the catcher, looming on deck.
Looks to be potentially Max Cohen in the bullpen, lefty for the Crawdads.
3-0 pitch from McShane. Fastball in there for a strike. His first of this at-bat. Good recovery, but still got work to do here with 2 aboard and a 3-1 count. Sets on the rubber, looks back at second, kicks and delivers. High fly ball heading towards the left field foul pole, and it is a foul ball well into foul territory. So, full count for Caden Shaw, the lefty, the switch hitter, batting from the left side. But 2 good recovery pitches after falling 3-0 for Dylan McShane. McShane gets the call from Clisby, his catcher. Looks back, sets, delivers, foul ball. Fastball up in the zone. Kasey, if you're McShane here, what are you trying to do with this pitch?
I mean, you have to put the ball in the strike zone because you can't risk loading the bases with nobody out. So whether you want to or not, you have to locate in the strike zone.
Absolutely. Ideally, you get something down in the zone, maybe get a ground ball. McShane exhales, kicks, delivers, high and in, ball 4. So 2 straight walks after the leadoff single from Boca Seal. Bases are loaded for Mason Hanshaw with no outs here in the top of the second. And we're going to get a timeout here. Clisby and Crawdads pitching coach going to talk to McShane on the mound as Hanshaw looms.
Yeah, that's now 4 free passes dished out by McShane, so just still trying to find that command here early.
Absolutely. Crawdads lead 1-0, but that is obviously in jeopardy here with the bases loaded and nobody out. This mound visit also gives the bullpen a little more time to warm up and get ready in case McShane needs to be relieved. But the big righty going to try to do it himself. Get out of this jam.
Certainly, like you mentioned, still trying to work off that rust. Not playing much outside of summer ball these past couple years.
So here's Hanshaw, plays catcher and outfield for Sonoma State, I should say, playing catcher today. Current junior from Danville. Takes the first pitch, nice fastball from McShane. A little bit of movement, but locates well in the zone. 0-1. McShane sets, kicks and fires. Another fastball finds the outside part of the strike zone. 0-2. 2 good recovery pitches here.
Yeah, working the fastball low in the zone.
McShane on the 0-2. Grounded to second. Flip for 1 out and fires to first in time. That was Esquivel to Hillman to Taylor over at first. So nice double play, but a runner scores. It is a 4-6-3 double play, but an RBI for Mason Hanshaw. Now the first baseman, Seth Vasquez, up to bat. 2 down now here in the top of the second. Runner on third. First pitch from McShane is low and away. And Kasey, we've said it twice now with McShane, but double play, the pitcher's best friend. Pass ball, runner coming home from third in time. And Berkovich honors up 2-1 here on the Crawdads early in this game. Bases are cleared with 2 down now.
Connection between McShane and Clisby just not quite there yet. Trying to locate those outside pitches that have gotten to the backstop a few times.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a little tough for Clisby back there with all the action and movement on McShane's pitches. He fires the 2-0, low and away again, 3-0. So 2 runs have come across in this inning. As McShane fires a 3-0, swing and a miss. Nice action on the breaking ball there. 2-1. 3-1, excuse me. McShane delivers again. Another pass ball, that's a walk. And it'll turn the lineup over. Cole Jones, who struck out in the opening at-bat of today, is back up to bat from the right side of the plate. So 2 down here in the top of the first, and here comes head coach Brant Cummings. I think this might be it for Dylan McShane as the lineup turns over.
Yeah, tough start for him. Of course, a very competitive matchup. Just couldn't quite locate what he wanted to for his first inning and 2/3, and he'll try to work off that rust going forward.
Absolutely. Still some positives. Couple strikeouts, couple of nice induced ground balls that became double plays for McShane, who hasn't had any baseball action, hasn't seen any live game action in 2025. So definitely we'll try to continue to shake off the rust. So we get Max Cohen on the mound, I do believe, for the Crawdads. He will pick up his first relief appearance of the season. And it is indeed the 5'10 lefty from Alameda. Plays at Monterey Peninsula College.
At a 6.5 ERA for Monterey Peninsula, the Lobos, and again, another guy trying to earn some reps here in the summer. See him going to a lefty here early.
Yeah, and a lefty who throws a nice sinker, I might add, so potential for some more ground balls. So definitely an interesting challenge for Max Cohen as he's going to face a couple of righties to start this batting order, start the top of the order, I should say, for Berkovich Honors. He's got 2 more warm-up pitches before we will resume play, folks. Thank you for tuning in here on the Crawdad Streaming Network. We appreciate all of you tuning in. Got lovely opening day baseball here. So 2 down here in the top of the second inning. Berkovich Honors leads 2-1 against the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Man aboard, that's Seth Vasquez, the 9-hitter, and now Cole Jones, the leadoff man. Batting for a second time today. Struck out in the first against McShane. Now Max Cohen will see his first action of the season. First pitch, high fastball, fouled back. 0-1. Cohen had 14 appearances in 2025. Like you said, Casey, he had a 6.4 ERA, 25 innings pitched. He kicks and fires the 0-1. Fastball outside. Gave up 30 hits, 18 earned runs, but struck out 19. Cohen looks over at first. Kicks and deals. Nice breaking ball. Jones swings and misses way out in front. 1-2. Cohen kicks and fires the payoff. Another breaking ball, and Jones way out in front of it. 2 strikeouts for Cole Jones in today's game, but Max Cohen finally gets the Crawdads out of it, but not before they surrender 2 runs on a hit and 3 walks in this inning. So with that, folks, we're going to head over to the bottom of the second inning. We'll be right back here on the Crawdad Streaming Network. Welcome back to the bottom of the second inning here from Chabot College. Walnut Creek Crawdads up to bat for the second time today. Leading off in this inning, Trey Johnson, the center fielder. Johnson just finished up his freshman year at Skyline College. He played in 41 games, hit .331 on the year. Takes the first pitch from Bryce Berry. That's a strike. Good fastball from Berry, who's looked rather good most of today. Couple strikeouts. Johnson pops this one into center field. Jones, easy fly ball for him. And Crawdads will start this inning off with an out. Now Brady Wilson playing third base today.
Third baseman number 34, Brady Wilson.
Brady Wilson plays at Sacramento City College, where he's listed as an infielder and a right-handed pitcher. First pitch from Berry. Fastball called strike in the low part of the zone. Berry kicks and delivers the 0-1. Liner into left field. That's a fair ball. Wilson turning for two. He's going to get there standing up. So Brady Wilson, a one-out double, keeps the Crawdads alive, and now a runner in scoring position. The Dads threatening to tie up the game already. Chris Esquivel up to bat in the 9-hole, playing second base. Esquivel, one of 3 players on the Crawdads who go to college at St. Mary's. Originally did go to the University of San Diego in his freshman season before transferring 2024. Esquivel swings at the first offering from Berry, 0-1.
Yeah, played for his hometown Toreros, a native of San Diego. Now up here in NorCal.
Berry sets, looks back at second. The 0-1. High fly ball down the right field line, and that's going to drop foul. Bocasile couldn't get there in time. Bocasile, I should say, excuse me.
Today is Esquivel's 21st birthday.
Wow, congratulations. Happy birthday, Chris Esquivel. Trying to get a birthday knock, as they like to say. He steps into the right-handed batter's box. Down 0-2, one out here in the bottom of the second. Wilson at second. Berry deals the 0-2, fastball outside. 1-2 now. 2025, Esquivel played in 14 games, only 13 at-bats, hitting .154. As opposed to hitting .270 as a sophomore. Laces one just foul down the third base line. Almost a great base hit.
Yeah, tried to put it the same spot Wilson did in that last at-bat.
So it looks like Crawdads batters having a little bit of success being early on the fastball against Berry. That's how that first hit took place with Wilson. That's what that foul ball was there. So now Berry's got a challenge. What's he going to throw on this 1-2? Here it is. Swing and a miss. Esquivel down on strikes. Challenged him with the heater again. Esquivel couldn't keep up. So the lineup turns over. Casey Levitt-McGee had a leadoff double. Now he's got a man in scoring position here in the bottom of the second. 2 down.
Have that righty on lefty.
It's a big advantage. Worked out last time. Berry looks over at second. And the first pitch, check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. 0-1. You folks actually probably have a really good angle of that check swing. I'm sure some of you at home could make the call yourself from this camera angle. In any case, the 0-1. Ball in the dirt. Wilson will hold over at second, but it evens to 1-1 for Levitt-McGee. Levitt-McGee spent this year at Laney College after transferring from Skyline College, and now he is committed to Cal State Bakersfield for the fall. Takes the 1-2 for a strike. Count should be 1-2. Yes, 1-2 count. It is incorrect on the Chabot scoreboard here, but the umpire signaled 1-2. Fouled off. McGee stays alive. 6-2 lefty from San Francisco. Down to his final strike of this inning, but trying to deal some damage before he goes out. Barry sets, and the 2-2. Swing and a miss. A fastball, incredibly effective for Bryce Barry in the early goings of this game. That being said, we'll head to the top of the third inning, folks. Don't go anywhere as Berkovich Honors leads 2-1 over the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Welcome back for the top of the third. Berkovich Honors up 2-1 on the Walnut Creek Crawdads. They will go to bat for the third time today. Max Cohn got the last out of the second, will enter his first full inning of work. And leading off for Berkovich Honors, Ben Skiles, the left fielder, walked his first time up.
Yeah, I was able to get to third off some pitches that got to the backstop. Skiles has plenty of speed, ran a sub 5-minute mile in high school.
Wow, impressive. Try to use that speed as the leadoff guy this inning. Cohen, first pitch, low and away. Lefty on righty has that disadvantage for this at-bat. He's quick to the mound as he delivers the 1-0 for a strike, 1-1. The 1-1 from Cohen, just outside. Skiles in 2025 played 27 games, hit nearly 400, like we talked about. As a high schooler, caught 15 runners out stealing from behind the dish. As he takes outside, 3-1. Cohen kicks, delivers, just high. Fastball wasn't where he wanted it. Ben Skiles has worked 2 walks today. That brings up the lefty designated hitter Michael Olson.
Yeah, I mentioned it before. Really interesting to see Skiles kind of dances around the base paths.
He does have plenty of speed, which is not quite typical for a catcher. First pitch from Cohen, breaking ball in the dirt. 1-0. Offering inside, called ball number 2. Cohen has struggled a bit with his command through college. Shown a little bit of that today, but was known to throw strikes in high school. As he misses the 2-0. Clisby checking with home plate umpire, asking where he needs to locate it. The 3-0 from Cohen. Fastball finds the zone. First strike of the at-bat, 3-1. Cohen pickoff attempt, no good. 3-1 is in there for a strike, and the throw on a stealing Skyle is not in time. Full count as the runner moves to scoring position.
It's almost like he heard us.
Almost. Nobody on here in the top of the third. Max Cohen working in a little bit of danger here. Olson, the first baseman, left-handed pitcher from Chabot, holds his bat on the payoff pitch and works a second straight walk for Berkovich Honors. Now the cleanup man, Blake Jacobs from the right side. Dangerous guy to have up, standing at 6'3", 200 pounds. Runners at second and first. Jacobs grounded into a double play his last time up. 6-5-3 double play to be exact. As he takes fastball high and away. Steps back in. Cohen gets the call from Clisby. Looks back towards second and delivers. Throw to first from Clisby, not in time, but that was a strike. So it's 1-1 for Jacobs. Cohen on the 1-1. Ball in the dirt, 2-1. Kasey, as a hitter, what are you doing in this 2-1 situation?
I think you're taking every pitch you can. I mean, 2 walks to start the inning.
Breaking ball just outside, 3-1.
Might as well try to find your pitch against a Crawdad staff so far that struggled a little bit with command.
Yeah, absolutely, especially as a righty against a left-handed pitcher. Jacobs swings and cracks this one into deep center. Johnson is there to make the grab, and he'll throw into Hillman at second. The cutoff. Runners will stay put. Looks like Jacobs waited until he saw a pitch he liked. Unfortunately for him, couldn't do a whole lot with it. It's now in the 5-hole. Luca Bocasile, the right fielder, had a single to lead off the second inning. Working with 2 aboard here in the top of the third. Pop fly. Johnson crashing in from center. Makes the grab, second straight fly out to center field. Max Cohen, 2 fly balls, and all of a sudden, he's 1 out away from escaping a two base runner jam.
Yeah, that's big because neither of the runners able to move up either on those previous 2 at-bats.
Absolutely. So now have to get a hit here. No sacrifice play will work. Tanner Leaf, the second baseman, steps in. Bloop single gets through into left field. McGee struggles to field it super quickly. Pass ball now, and Crawdads are lucky that that didn't get any worse. Bases are loaded, but nobody scored. Even though Caden Shaw has plenty of power in his own right, he might be able to score them all. Switch hitter batting from the right side this time. Walked his last time up. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Top of the third, Max Cohen. It's already gone 1 full inning now. Trying to make it an inning and a third. First pitch outside, 1-0. Cohen kicks and delivers. This one ripped into deep right center. And what a play. Jenkins comes screaming across from right field, makes the snag, and the Crawdads escape a bases loaded jam. That is crisis averted there, Kasey. And with that, folks, we will move to the bottom of the third inning. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll have more baseball right after this. Welcome back to the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. It's the bottom of the third inning. Crawdads down by 1 to the Berkovich Honors, and leading off this inning, Dylan Hillman, the shortstop, who Kasey has entered the transfer portal, and he's going to go to UC Irvine in this fall semester.
Great program down there in Irvine. Made it to the Los Angeles Regional. Did not make it to the Super Regional, but a program that consistently makes it to the postseason.
The conference and NorCal Player of the Year last year at San Mateo College. As he pops one back towards us on the first pitch of the at-bat. But how about Bryce Berry entering his third inning of work now? 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts so far in this outing. Only 1 run allowed. As the 0-1 fastball goes for a strike. He's been commanding that fastball really well today, Kasey, and I think that's made all the difference.
Yeah, he stuck to that, especially in some of those harder situations, and it's worked for the most part.
The 0-2 from Berry. Breaking ball, grounded right to third. Jacobs firing in time. Throw was there. Vasquez had to hop up a bit to get it, but he steps on the bag in time. So a G5 for Dylan Hillman to start off the inning, and Joey Donnelly, designated hitter, will hit from the left side now with 1 down. Donnelly struck out his first time up against Berry today. First pitch, swing and a miss. Foul tip, the home plate umpire will say. Donnelly didn't play a whole lot in 2025 as he takes the 0-1 outside, 1-1.
Yeah, the lone Cal Bear on this roster, 20 career games across 3 seasons over at Berkeley.
Chopper down the first base line. Berry will field and tag Donnelly. Tries to jump out of the way futilely. And 2 straight groundouts will bring up Brandon Clisby, the catcher, in the cleanup spot.
2 quick groundouts for the Crawdads, and Berry doing a good job of just locating low and getting him to hit it straight into the ground.
Absolutely, and this Berkovich Honors roster doesn't have a lot of pitchers, and Berry making that possible. And it looks like he'll go for a long start today. Clisby fouls one off into the seats, 0-1. Clisby didn't play in the spring due to a knee injury, so his first baseball action of the 2025 calendar year, first live game action, I should say at least, as he takes one low, 1-1. Berry turns and delivers the 1-1. Low and away, 2-1. Clisby, once named to the San Francisco Chronicles All-Metro Honorable Mention team, hits this one towards the right field line. Diving play from Luca Bocasil. And no, they're going to call it a foul ball, no play. It was a great slide. I'm not quite sure why first base umpire ruled that one a foul ball instead of an out.
I think maybe the ball came out of the glove at the last moment.
I think that's got to be it at this point, Kasey. It didn't get quite enough of it. But that's the call on the field either way. So it's 2-2 for Clisby. Berry trying to put him away with this pitch here. Won't get it on that one. Fastball in the dirt. Held onto it too long. Full count. 2 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the third inning for Brandon Clisby. The payoff, high and away. Clisby with a 2-out walk. Brings up the lefty Cam Taylor in the 5-hole.
First baseman, Cam Taylor.
Like we mentioned, is that in his first at-bat, Cam Taylor didn't see a whole lot of action at Eastern Kentucky this year, but his redshirt freshman year at Andrew College was fantastic. Pass ball on the first pitch allows Clisby to take second. So with a man in scoring position, Cam Taylor's got an opportunity. He hit 9 home runs, 12 doubles, and 5 triples in that redshirt freshman season at Andrew College, which totaled up to 49 runs batted in, 47 runs scored. This is a guy with quite the bat here. The 1-0 from Barry in the dirt. 2-0.
Had to play at a Eastern Kentucky program this past season. Unfortunately, went 11-44. So he's in the portal trying to make an impact on a team and get some more wins.
The 2-0. Line down to first base. Vasquez fields, throws to Barry, who's covering first in time. But Taylor hustled down the line, made it at least a challenging play mentally. Don't want to mess that up. But either way, the Crawdads will go down quietly here in the bottom of the third. We'll head to the top of the fourth for some more baseball action when the Berkovich Honors return to the plate. Welcome back to Crawdad Streaming Network. Top of the fourth inning. Max Cohen entering his second full inning of work against the Berkovich Honors. Leading off is Mason Hanshaw, the catcher, batting 8th today. Hanshaw grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in his first at-bat this game, but it scored a run because the bases were loaded. So he takes the first pitch high and in, 1-0. Played at Sonoma State this spring. 5 games, only 4 at-bats, but hit .250. So he takes a 1-0 for a strike, 1-1.
Sonoma State's planning on cutting athletics, so it should be interesting to see where those baseball players go.
Wow, I didn't know that. That is interesting as Hanshaw drives one deep into right center, off the wall. Johnson there in center field throws it to Hillman on the cutoff, but that is a leadoff double for Mason Hanshaw. We're going to get a brief conference between Clisby and the pitcher, Max Cohen. Just a brief word exchanged as Clisby heads back to home plate to resume catching. But now Seth Vasquez, the big first baseman, hitting in the 9-hole up to bat. Walked his first time up in the second. Now he's got a man aboard. Nobody out in the fourth. First pitch, swing and a miss. Nice sinker there from Cohen. Cohen also tries to mix in a 85-mile-an-hour fastball, but his sinker is his calling card, which reaches up to 88. As the wind picks up, the 0-1 fouled back by Vasquez. It's 0-2. Lineup will turn over after Vasquez gets an outcome in this at-bat. The 0-2 breaking ball down the middle, swing and a miss. Seth Vasquez down on 3 pitches.
Really good off-speed stuff there from Cohen. Giving up the big hit trying to get one back. We've seen him do that here well in this ball game so far.
Yeah, nice recovery, absolutely, from Cohen in that at-bat. Now, Cole Jones, playing center field today, native of Berkeley, California, takes a nice breaking ball for a strike. But in 2025, Jones played 40 games, hit 282 on the season, 37 hits, 26 runs batted in, 13 extra bases. Cohen, pickoff attempt at second, not in time.
He'll try to avoid the trifecta. He's struck out twice thus far.
Yeah, got to avoid the trifecta so that you don't end up with a golden sombrero or, forbid, a platinum sombrero. Foul that one off, so it's 0-2. McShane at least had Jones's number. Or no, excuse me. It was Cohen who faced him last time, I do believe. The 0-2 anyways, ball in the dirt. So it's a 1-2 count, one down in the top of the fourth. Skiles, who's 0 for 0 today with 2 walks, up next. The 1-2, high fastball, 2-2. Cohen looked good in the first part of this at-bat, but 2 straight balls makes it an even count. Still technically with the advantage here. Looks back at second, kicks, delivers, breaking ball, slap to Hillman over at short. Hillman with a tough play, he makes it. Nice throw to first. Hillman and Wilson at third were competing for that ball, but really athletic play from Hillman.
It's a magnificent play, and you would expect on a turf infield maybe the ball to go a little bit faster, but that was a slow roller. Good job there from Hillman to turn and make the play.
Yeah, very bouncy, slow roller, but either way, Hillman flashing the leather. Ben Skiles up to bat now, 2 walks, no hits yet today. Swing and a foul ball. Goes back and to the left a little bit. Cohen has limited the damage so far since the leadoff double, trying to get out of the inning unscathed. This one looped into right field. Jenkins has to come up from all the way right and throw not in time, as that is an easy score for Hanshaw all the way from second. 3-1 ball game. Berkovich honors on top of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. So Michael Olson, who has also walked twice today, one of those a hit by pitch, up to bat again.
How about a day for Skiles? On base 3 times, gets the RBI single there.
Yeah, fantastic day for him. First pitch from Cohen, nice recovery fastball, 0-1. So now Cohen trying to get out of this one with limited damage. Man at first, pickoff no good. Skiles has plenty of speed, wasn't really in jeopardy there. Olson in the batter's box, down 0-1. Grounder towards Escobar at second. Fields fires to Hillman, who's covering the bag at 2, and makes the play. Officially a ground out to the 4 spot, and finally, Walnut Creek Crawdads escape, but not before allowing another run here in the top of the 4th. So we'll send it to the bottom of the 4th inning. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll have more baseball right here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's a 3-1 game. Berkovich Honors lead the Crawdads, who are up to bat for the fourth time today. Sam Jenkins, the right fielder, up to bat for his second time. He grounded out to first in the first inning to end that inning. Swing and miss on the first pitch from Bryce Berry, who has been extremely effective so far today. Just the one run allowed. The 0-1 high and away. Jenkins takes it, 1-1. Ball in the dirt on the 1-1. So 2 balls to Sam Jenkins, who did not record any stats at Baylor during his freshman year. But had quite the high school career as he chops one foul towards first base. His senior year, he hit .320 with 1 home run, 19 runs batted in, and stealing 18 bags. Was a state champion in 2023 when he hit .375. Strike 3 looking as he takes a fastball down the middle.
Really nice fastball there again from Barry. I feel like we've been saying that all day.
But it's clearly his best pitch, Casey. I mean, that's undeniable at this point. So we'll continue to say it until it no longer becomes true, I think.
Yeah, it's 5 Ks now for Barry, trying to add more to that total here, shutting down the Crawdads.
So Trey Johnson now batting. Takes a breaking ball low on the first pitch. He flew out to center last time. Made good contact with it, but it was dead center. Not a whole lot you can do with that ball. This time he smacks it deep to right field. Looking back and off the top of the wall. See you later. Trey Johnson makes it a 3-2 ball game.
He got all of that one against a pitcher who really hasn't let up much. And Barry just turned on it. There's no coming back from there.
That is a nice way to recover if you're the Walnut Creek Crawdads. First home run of the season, and it belongs to Trey Johnson.
A lot of firsts today, and I think that's the biggest positive so far.
Absolutely. It's now Brady Wilson, who is 1 for 1 today with a double. Takes the first pitch for a strike. One down, but the Dads trying to get something going now. Takes the 0-1 high and in, 1-1. The 1-1, big cut. Wilson down 2 strikes now. And the two-way guy from Sac City College has his work cut out for him in this at-bat. Takes the ball almost in the dirt. Another fastball there from Bryce Berry.
Brady Wilson up a University of Pacific commit, so head up to Stockton next year.
Swing and miss on a third fastball. Tough, just couldn't catch up to it, low and away. Really great location from Bryce Berry. His 6th strikeout on the day. 2 down, Chris Esquivel, the second baseman, up to bat. Struck out swinging in the second. And takes high fastball, 1-0. Berry delivers low, 2 straight balls. Esquivel did not walk in his 14 appearances this spring, but one here would be nice. Good recovery fastball from Berry, 2-1. The 2-1. Check swing, did he go? Yes. 2-2. And once again, Bryce Berry is dealing.
Yeah, he's getting those 2 strike counts consistently.
It's tough to hit from those. Mistake there, high fastball. Makes it a full count.
That one nearly clipped Esquivel. Wouldn't want to get plunked.
No, that would not be fun here, especially against a guy who throws pretty hard. The payoff. Curveball, strike 3 looking. Oof, that was an emphatic closeout to, once again, another overall great inning from Bryce Berry. Sure, he allows the home run, but he is still dealing. In any case, we'll head to the 5th inning after this quick break. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll have it all right here. Welcome back to the top of the 5th here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Walnut Creek down 3-2 against the Berkovich Honors, who are up to bat. It's Blake Jacobs, the cleanup man, and new pitcher for the Crawdads, Noah Zirkle, righty from West Valley College. Did not play in 2025, but in 2024 as a freshman, he had 6 appearances, went 0-1. First pitch, nice fastball down the middle.
It's also his 3rd year as a Crawdad. Spending 2022 and 24 with Walnut Creek.
The 0-1, fastball in the low part of the zone called strike. So 2 quick, good pitches for Zirkle, who I do believe is the most veteran pitcher on the staff in terms of years spent with the Dads. In any case, kicks, delivers the 0-2, fastball just outside on the very tall 6'3" Blake Jacobs.
3 straight fastballs from Zirkle. See if he goes to it again here on 1-2.
Zirkle winds and delivers off speed. Jacobs just fouls it back. He indeed did not, Casey, to answer your question.
Switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, nice curveball there. Almost caught Jacobs. He was out in front of it. So 86-ish mile-an-hour fastball with a good breaking ball. We'll see what he goes with here on the 1-2. Fastball, and it's high. 2-2. Zirkle, although he played with the Crawdads last summer, dealt with a myriad of injuries, so only played sparingly. Trying to reestablish his identities. He's dealt with injuries through college as well. Breaking ball lands in the middle of the zone. Strike 3, Jacobs looks at it.
Really good first impression there on the season for Zirkle, coming out of the pen and staying true to the zone, not trying to do anything fancy.
Absolutely. Luca Bocazile up next. Singled in his first time up, then a deep fly ball to center. Lefty against the right-handed Zirkle. First pitch, fastball, swing and a miss. Bogazile couldn't catch up to the heat. Zirkle gets the call, kicks and delivers. Another fastball in for a strike, 0-2.
Really impressive command so far from Zirkle. Just attacking the zone, not being afraid to go at hitters.
Yeah, he really hasn't missed a location so far. The 0-2. There's a miss on a breaking ball low. Off speed, at least, I should say. Looked like more of a changeup than a breaking ball. But now a 1-2 count to the lefty. Zirkle sets and delivers. Fastball fouled back. Good battle from Bocasile to get a piece of it. The 1-2 again. Breaking ball check swing. Did he go? No. First base umpire says no. Very good discipline bringing the bat back up there. So it's a 2-2 count. Zirkle, who originally went to Fresno State, tries to get a decision on that pitch. No. Fastball outside, and we've got a full count.
Good job there. Fight back a little bit if you're Bocasile.
Zirkle delivers the payoff. Strike 3 called. Bocasile holds his bat, but a nice inside corner fastball. 2 straight strikeouts looking for Noah Zirkle, who's looked mighty effective to start his 3rd year with the Crawdads.
Yeah, he's done a good job coming back in counts. We saw him there on the 3-2, and again, just trying to poke the zone and not really try anything special.
That's what the best guys do. They paint the zone, and Zirkle looking like he is imitating the same. First pitch, breaking ball outside. 1-0 for Tanner Lee, who was hit by a pitch in the 2nd and then singled in the 3rd. Working with 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Fastball out over the plate, and Lee hits it over into right field. No play as Esquivel and Jenkins nearly collide. Nobody called it, which allows Tanner Lee to reach on, I don't know if they're going to call that an error or if that's a double.
I think it should go down as a double. Got right in between Esquivel and Jenkins.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough play, but you got to imagine that's probably Jenkins' territory if he calls it off. In any case, there's a man aboard with 2 down here. Caden Shaw, the shortstop, up to bat. Lefty against the right-handed Zirkle. First pitch. Fastball strikes the dirt. 1-0 for Shaw, who has walked and flew out to right. Zirkle with his first base runner of the year. The 1-0 is low. Clisby does a nice job to try to frame it, but home plate umpire says, I don't think so. So it's 2-0. And the delivery just misses low again, 3-0. And seems like the base runner has definitely gotten into Zirkle's head in this at-bat. It's not locating like he was earlier. The 3-0. Zirkle keeps it low and finally finds the zone, 3-1. Another fastball. Got to imagine we've got another fastball up next in a 3-1 count. Zirkle kicks, deals, and it is indeed, this time, chopper towards first. Zirkle covering the throw from Taylor, not in time, as Zirkle loses it. And Tanner Lee is going to score all the way from second as the ball got away from Zirkle and went into foul territory. So now that is an interesting ruling question, whether or not that one's going to be an error on Zirkle for not catching what would have been the final out, or if they're going to call it an infield ground ball, or infield single, I should say. Either way, Mason Hanshaw is up, grounded into double play that even scored a runner, and then hit a double in the fourth. Takes the first pitch from Zirkle low. 1-0 with 2 outs in top of the fifth. It's a 4-2 game for the Berkovich Honors, trying to extend that lead. Hanshaw takes outside, runner goes. Throw is in time but offline. So a big steal from Caden Shaw. Put a man in scoring position, makes it a little easier for Berkovich. The 2-0 from Zirkle. Low and away. Ball 3.
Seen Zirkle go pretty deep in counts, regardless of if he's got the out or not. It's now a third straight 3-ball count.
And he looked so effective after the first 2 batters he faced. Good recovery fastball there, goes for a strike. Ball 4, fastball high. And now there's 2 aboard. Casey, if you're Zirkle here, you've got 2 outs. You just need to get 1 more. How are you going to try and do that with the 9-hitter up, Vasquez?
We saw good strikeout stuff from him when he came in. I think you go back to that. Fastball was working really well. He's pounding the zone. Like you mentioned, going off against the 9-hole. Go back to that here.
First pitch, fastball low. 1-0. And we're going to get a mound visit. Clisby going to go talk to Zirkle real quick. Try to settle his guy down. But with the scoring of Tanner Lee, Crawdads have now allowed 1 run in 3 out of 5 innings on defense.
Yeah, offensively, Crawdads have not quite been able to click as much as they want to, leaving some guys on base. Had the home run last inning. But they'll be poised to come up if they get out here.
Clisby sets. Kicks and deals the 1-0. Fastball goes for a strike. Good recovery. So count even, 1-1 for Seth Vasquez, the first baseman. Throw from Clisby, tries to pick off at first. Cam Taylor thought he had it, but first base umpire says no, not quite. Vasquez stands at 6'8", 248. Recently committed to the University of British Columbia. Plays some baseball. Well, he's got a 1-2 count. Breaking ball just misses. A tad high from Zirkle. Working against a big strike zone with the naturally large Vasquez. Zirkle delivers the 2-2. Ball bounces in the dirt, but Clisby does a nice job keeping it in front of him. Count full, though. Runners at first and second, 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Crawdads down by 2. Noah Zirkle trying to escape this jam. Here's the payoff. Curveball finds the heart of the zone. Strike 3 looking. And all of the outs in the top of the 5th were recorded via looking strikeout from Noah Zirkle. Either way, folks, we will head into the bottom of the 5th. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more baseball right here on the Crawdads streaming network.
Welcome back to Chabot College. Kasey Kazliner taking over at play-by-play with Charlie Limoncelli, of course. New pitcher for the Honors. It's Will Bailey, the right-hander. Just finished his freshman season at West Valley College. What can you tell me about the right-hander?
He's been pretty effective as a freshman. 7 appearances, had a bit of a struggle with allowing runs. 15.93 ERA in 7 1/3 innings pitched. More walks than he had strikeouts, 8 walks to 7 Ks. So trying to establish himself, but he's got some really nice size, 6'6", 215, big righty from Washington. The potential is there. He's just got to put the ball in the zone.
1-2-3 up for the Crawdads. It's Casey Levitt McGee to lead things off. He's 1 for 2 with a double. Doubled back in the first and later scored. First offering from Bailey is fouled straight back, 0-1. Casey Levitt McGee will play at Cal State Bakersfield next season after playing a couple of seasons at Laney College. Laney had a good season in 2025, finishing first in the Bay Valley Conference. The 0-1 pitch from Bailey. Call the ball on the outside corner, be 1-1. It's a ketchup and mustard game. Crawdads in their red tops, Berkovich in yellow.
It is indeed. It's an apt way of putting it.
Bailey from the windup, shoots and strides. The 1-1 pitch is taken outside, changeup on the outer half. It'll be 2-1.
Now, Casey, need the proverbial hot dog to put the ketchup and mustard on. I don't know what exactly that might be in this scenario, but
The bat, maybe?
perhaps the bat. I think that would work best, actually.
4-2 ball game in favor of head first. The 2-1 is fouled out of play, bringing the count even to 2-2. Evan Berry in at catcher for head first. Those are one defensive change this half inning. So it'll be 2-2 to Casey Levitt McGee, the native of San Francisco. Bailey looks in for the sign. Takes a deep breath, winds and fires. Swing and a miss. Bailey coming in for relief, and he gets a strikeout against the first batter he faces, 1 away.
That's a nice breaking ball there to go to, especially after a couple of nice fastballs up in the zone on Levitt McGee. Like we were saying, I think Bailey's got certainly the stuff to make it happen as a collegiate pitcher. He's just got to command it. Right there, he did.
So here's Dylan Hillman. He's 0 for 2 as he stares at a called ball. Struck out and grounded out to third. One of the many highly touted players on this Crawdads roster will play at UC Irvine next season. The 1-0 pitch is grounded to third base. Jacobs with it, flips to first in time as Vasquez stretches far, and there's 2 away. So that's 2 groundouts to third for Dylan Hillman, and that'll bring up Joey Donnelly, the Cal Bear, who's also 0 for 2.
Yeah, tough outing so far for the top of the Crawdads order, but at least Hillman, putting the ball in play, making some decent contact. Unfortunately, it's just right at third base.
So here's Donnelly. He's 0 for 2, third-year Crawdad, 22-year-old. He stares at a fastball off the plate, be 1-0. Each team with 5 hits. Berkovich leading 4-2. Donnelly spent last season with the Arroyo Seco Saints of the CCL. Here's the 1-0 from Bailey. That one skied high in the infield. Shaw, the shortstop, waving off the other defenders, and he loses it in the sun. And Donnelly will get to second. Caden Shaw waved off the left fielder Skiles, but couldn't locate the ball. So Donnelly will get into second and takes the freebie.
Yeah, that's, probably what should have been an out in any other situation except when you're in left field and you're facing directly west into the sun. So good job there, Donnelly, taking advantage of that advantage. Now Clisby with a big opportunity here in the cleanup spot, driving another run.
So the Crawdads take the freebie. Here's Brandon Clisby. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Digs in, hitting righty. As he stares at a called ball. Fastball in on the knees. It's his first year with the Crawdads. Plays at New Mexico State, but did not play this past season. Bailey from the stretch. Strides and shoots. And he hits one to the left side. Shaw has it at short, flips over to first in time, and the side is retired. So it's one hit and one left on for the Crawdads, but we'll head to the bottom of inning number 5. You're listening to the Crawdads on the Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back here in the top of the 6th inning. Berkovich to take their hacks. A couple of changes on defense for the Crawdads. Riley Leininger at third, John Ewens at first, and Joe Coupland putting down the signs behind the dish. 4-2 ball game in favor of Head First. And the leadoff man, Cole Jones, up for the honors. He's 0 for 3 with a ground out to short and 2 strikeouts. No Zirkle still on the hill for the Crawdads as he loops in a fastball for strike 1. Zirkle got out of a pretty good jam last inning. Struck out all 3 of the batters he faced. The 0-1 to Jones. Big swing and a miss. Got him to chase on the outer half. Be a quick 0-2.
Beautiful breaking ball there from Zirkle. Has Jones way out in front. I wonder, probably go back to a fastball here.
Jones, a perfect game All-American coming out of high school. The 0-2 is hit in foul territory over to the right side. And it's caught by the first baseman, Ewens, near the dugout for out number 1.
It's a nice play there from Ewens, going into foul territory, looking up almost into the sun. Puts the glove on it, and now makes sense why Coach Cummings put in these defensive substitutions. Ewens already making an out.
So here's Ben Skiles. He's been aboard 3 times today with 2 walks and an RBI single. Speedy man from Grinnell College stares at a high fastball around the neck area. It'll be ball 1 from Zirkle. Skiles ran a sub-5-minute mile in high school and named a first-year standout by Grinnell College. The 1-0 pitch fanned at and missed. In the dirt, it'll be 1-1. Zirkle trying to keep his day going. Gave up a run last inning. It's been pretty good ever since. The 1-1 offering comes down the hill. In there for a strike, changeup right down Broadway. It'll be 1-2. Skiles hit .398 in his freshman season at Grinnell College. Had 5 3-hit games last year. Zirkle takes a breath and fires. The 1-2 is skied in foul territory over to the right and out of play. We'll stay at 1-2.
We've seen some really nice breaking stuff here from Zirkle in this at-bat. Like to see it continue. Don't really need to use a fastball to put Skiles away. You could probably get him on a breaking ball in the outer third.
1-2 count, 1 out here in the 6th inning. Here comes the delivery from Zirkle, and that one's fouled over the press box behind home plate. Now to play. Crawdads trailing 4-2 here on opening day. Zirkle, the 3rd pitcher for Walnut Creek, relieving Max Cohen most recently. 1-2 coming home to Skiles. Here's the pitch, and it's hit over to third. Leininger collects over to first to Ewens in time for out number 2.
Man, Leininger, you could see he really put some oomph into that throw. Really nice on the line, accurate. Tell he's got a fantastic arm over at third.
Came in as a defensive sub. And here's Michael Olson, Chabot College man. Calls this stadium his home during the collegiate season. He hasn't had a hit yet today, but he has 2 free passes, was walked and hit by a pitch as he stares at a ball from Zirkle. It's 1-0. 2 outs here in the visiting half of the 6th. The 1-0 pitch, a looping breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Zirkle mixing things up a little bit.
Really good pitch mix overall in this inning from Zirkle, though.
Stares in. Here's the 1-1. Fastball taken off the plate. It'll be 2-1. Olson was a 2024 BACL All-Star with Head First Academy. A really standout two-way player in high school at Castro Valley High. The 2-1 pitch. And a low changeup taken for a ball. It's 3-1. Zirkle trying to get out of this inning unscathed, as Blake Jacobs would hit next if Michael Olson can get aboard. Zirkle collects himself from the windup and fires. It's a low fastball for ball 4. So Olson takes the free pass, and he's aboard here with 2 outs. So that'll bring up Blake Jacobs, the infielder, playing third base today. He's 0 for 3 into a double play his first time up. Flied out and struck out.
Got to imagine Jacobs is due here in the cleanup spot. Hasn't gotten a hit yet today. Would not be surprised to see one here.
First offering from Zirkle, curveball out of the zone. It'll be 1-0. Low and away. Jacobs played with the Alameda Merchants in 2024. Fellow CCL side. The 1-0 from Zirkle. Instead, he looks over at first at the runner Olson, but nothing doing. It's a windy day here in Hayward, California. Opening day for the Crawdads. The 1-0 pitch is chopped over to the left side, and it is picked up by Hillman. He gets the out at second in time. Thought it might have been Leininger's play, but Hillman collects and flips to second for the force, and that'll end the inning. Crawdads due up. We'll be back here on the Crawdads streaming service. 4, 5, 6 due up for Walnut Creek here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First man up will be John Ewens, who came in as a defensive replacement at first base. So he'll take his first hacks here of the season. The Baylor man, first year with the Crawdads, facing Will Bailey, who stays in the game for Berkovich. Ewens digging into the left-hander's batter's box. Bailey fires from the windup. Fastball taken low. It'll be 1-0. It's a 4-2 ball game in favor of Berkovich. They got their production going early. They've continued it here at Chabot College. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. It'll be 1-1. Ewens took a redshirt his freshman year at Baylor and hit 158 in 2025. Baylor Bears fell in the first round of the Big 12 tournament. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Ewens a bit late on it. Be 1-2. Bailey trying to get another punch out. Coming in for relief for Barry. Takes a breath, fires from the windup. And it's low. It'll be count even at 2-2. Ewens, 6'3", 210, 20-year-old. A rising redshirt sophomore next season. Bailey again, the 2-2. And that one's blasted into right center field. Cole Jones is under it and makes the catch for out number 1.
Solid piece of hitting there from Ewens, but he just got under it a little too much. The wind almost carried it out into right center, but again, just got the barrel touch under the ball. If he gets on top of it a little more, no doubt that's out.
So here's Sam Jenkins, who's 0 for 2, fellow Baylor Bear. He struck out and grounded out to first. The first offering from Bailey, a high fastball taken for a ball. Bailey's done a good job ever since coming in for Barry, who showed a lot of good promise with 6 strikeouts for Berkovich. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball down the middle frame. 1-1 to Jenkins. Jenkins, a native of Dallas, Texas, one of a few Texans on this Crawdad roster. The 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike. Fastball around the belt level. Be 1-2. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Crawdads with 2 runs on 6 hits. Haven't scored since the 4th. Bailey collects and fires. In there, strike 3 called. The changeup froze Sam Jenkins. And just like that, there's 2 quick outs.
Yeah, 2 lefties facing the righty, and they just can't get it done. Fantastic pitching from Bailey. He is just pitching around them in circles. Another lefty, Trey Johnson up, and then Leininger on deck is a 4th straight lefty.
Here's Trey Johnson. Like you mentioned, he homered his last time up in the 4th inning. As Bailey fires in a fastball taken for a ball off the outer half. Hit that home run deep to right in the 4th inning. It's the Crawdads' most recent score.
Crawdads sure would like to see that one again.
See if he can do anything here with 2 outs on a 1-0 count from Bailey. Number 36 fires from the windup. It's taken high. It'll be 2-0. Johnson spent his freshman year at Skyline College, had 2 RBI in the Super Regional loss to West Valley. Hit .331 in the regular season. As he stares at a high fastball, quick 3-0 count to number 16 of the Crawdads.
We've seen some really fantastic discipline today from Trey Johnson, all things considered, especially after he flashes the power with the home run.
Bailey fires in a get-me-over fastball called a strike. Be 3-1. Yeah, that home run, like you mentioned, crushed out to right. No doubt about that one then in the 4th. 3-1 on its way from Bailey. He collects and shoots, and it's low for ball 4. Curveball around the sock level. So a 2-out base runner for Walnut Creek, and that brings up Riley Leininger, who will take his first hacks of the ball game.
Yeah, fantastic at-bat overall from Trey Johnson, well on his way to earning a player of the game, in my opinion, with the home run and a walk, especially if Leininger can move him over.
Leininger taking his first hacks, came in as a third base replacement on defense as he stares at a low fastball for ball one. 2 outs, 1 man on. That man is Johnson. Bailey pitching from the stretch now to the lefty hitter Leininger. He takes an inside fastball, 2-0. Bailey struggling with command a little bit these past 2 plate appearances. Crawdads taking their pitches without hesitation. 2-0 coming home. The pitch is in there for a strike, a low fastball. Called a strike regardless. It's 2-1.
That's a great frame from the catcher, Evan Berry. Adds a strike to what was a borderline call for sure.
Leininger plays at Oklahoma. Spent his freshman year there. And he hits one to the left side into left field for a base hit. So a little bit of a 2-out rally here for Walnut Creek as Johnson holds up at second. So it's first and second with 2 outs. And that brings up Chris Esquivel to try to drive in a runner.
Great piece of hitting from Leininger. Doesn't try to do too all much with it. Just puts bat to ball and gets aboard, moves the runner over. That is exactly what you want in this situation for a guy who's looking for a new home, entered the transfer portal in this summer session.
Chris Esquivel up for the 3rd time today. Takes a curveball outside for ball 1. He's 0 for 2. Struck out in both of his trips to the plate. Try to do something here with 2 on and 2 out. Potential tying run at first. Bailey peeking over at second, collects and shoots. And it's a low fastball. Quick 2-0 count on the St. Mary's Gale. Esquivel has played with a variety of different summer ball programs. There's a quick meeting on the mound coming for Berkovich. Bailey trying to get out of the jam. Got 2 outs and allowing 2 guys on afterwards.
Yeah, critical mound conference here, but if you're Esquivel, you don't want to do too much with it. Just find a place to put the ball in a gap, get a base hit. Johnson's got plenty of speed. He can score from second base. I mean, Leininger's also got some nice speed over at first, but it's really not going to take much to get a run across in this situation. Situational hitting, you're up on a 2-0 count. Bailey hasn't looked fantastic these last 3 at-bats. He's probably going to miss at least one more, so you can sit and wait for really a pitch of your choosing.
Hitters count to Esquivel. 2 men on, 2 out. The Crawdads are trying to come back here. The 2-0 pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball right down the middle, and Esquivel was late on it. It's his 21st birthday today. Trying to deliver a gift to the Crawdads. 2-1 from the stretch from Bailey. Peeks at second and shoots in again. A high fastball, put it in the same location, and another late swing from Esquivel. So Bailey battles back from 2-0 to 2-2.
Love the decision to challenge with 2 straight fastballs here from Bailey.
Deuces wild. 2 men on, 2 out, 2-2 count. 2-2 pitch is in there, strike 3. A good recovery from Bailey to end the inning, and the Crawdads leave 2 on. So the Berkovich Honors coming up again with a 4-2 lead here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back here to Chabot College. Crawdads still trailing 4-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. 5, 6, 7 due up for the honors. It'll start with Luca Bocasile. He's 1 for 3, singled and later scored back in the second. One of the 4 runs for Berkovich as he digs in. Lefty hitter facing Noah Zirkle, who stays in the game for Walnut Creek. First offering in there, looping breaking ball right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Berkovich, really fine performance so far. He won last week against Sonoma. The 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Low fastball, and it's a quick 0-2 to Bocasile. Castro Valley native hit .297 his senior year in high school. Zirkle trying to get another punch out. The 0-2 from the windup, fires in. High changeup, taken for a ball. It'll be 1-2. Bocasile now at Chabot College. Was a 2024 BACL All-Star with Head First Academy, one of a handful of guys to be one for Berkovich as he takes a low changeup again. It'll be 2-2. So good eye so far from Bocasile to come back from an 0-2 count. Zirkle stares in for the signs and shoots. Check swing. They said he didn't go. And they changed the call as they appeal to first. And so another strikeout for Zirkle as he sits down Bocasile.
Yeah, good pitch. A lot of big breaking ball with a lot of bite there from Zirkle. Eventually gets the first out in this 7th inning. Stuff continues to look good when he places it where he wants.
Here's Tanner Lee digging in as he takes a changeup inside for ball 1. Lee has been aboard all 3 trips to the plate. He's hit by a pitch and later scored. He singled and doubled and later scored.
Half of the cycle.
And a big part of the offense so far, like you mentioned, as he takes a looping strike. Changeup down the middle will be 1-1. Zirkle still attacking the zone. Done a good job as the 3rd pitcher of the night for Walnut Creek. The 1-1 delivery is an inside fastball taken for a ball, 2-1. Lee had a top 5 pop time for 2024 graduating catchers out of California. Currently at San Diego City College. 2-1 pitch is blooped into left field for a base hit. So a 1-out single for Tanner Lee. And that'll bring up Caden Shaw with 1 away.
Great piece of hitting. Just put the bat to the ball out in front of the breaking ball a little bit. Does him a favor by looping into the outfield there, in the gap especially. I mean, there was just no chance Leininger or Hillman had a chance at it.
So here's Shaw. He's been aboard twice as he takes a fastball in on the knees for ball 1. Also stole a base back in the 5th inning. Trying to do some more as we'll have a mound visit as the Crawdads infield meets up at the hill with their pitcher Zirkle. So 1-0 count to Shaw with 1 on and 1 out. Maybe trying to settle down Zirkle a little bit, get his command back.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this is crucial at bat against a tough left-handed hitter in Shaw, who's been rather effective today and at least getting on base.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Shaw also walked back in the 2nd inning, so he's been a threat on the base paths so far for the honors. Zirkle takes a breath, stays in the game for Walnut Creek. Stares in for the sign and fires. A nice fastball in there for a strike. It'll be 1-1.
Good recovery pitch after whatever the conversation was there on the mound. Clearly it helped, at least with that pitch. Let's see if it continues.
It's a quick conversation with Zirkle as he checks on first. But the runner Lee back in safely. Shaw was teammates with Dylan Hillman at College of San Mateo. of the Crawdads, so some crossover there. The 1-1 pitch, a low breaking ball taken for a ball. In the dirt, it's 2-1.
Good opportunity to try to get a bite on the breaking ball there. Unfortunately, Shaw held the bat to his shoulder.
The 2-1 offering from Zirkle is grounded to first base. On to second for one, back over to first, and it's not in time as Zirkle can't handle the throw back. So it's a 3-6 put out, but they can't get the out at first. So it's 2 away. And that'll bring in Barry, who's hitting for the first time after coming in as defensive replacement at catcher. So he takes a fastball away for ball one. Replaced Mason Hanshaw. Evan Barry, another Chabot College player, one of 5 on the roster for Berkovich. Native of Pleasanton, California. The 1-0 offering. Looping breaking ball in there for a strike, 1-1. Berkovich leads 4-2. Here in the top of the 7th inning, 1 on, 2 away. Facing Noah Zirkle. The 1-1. And the curveball is hit out to right field, right center rather, as Trey Johnson is under it and makes the catch for out number 3. So that'll retire the side. 1 left on for Berkovich, but they don't score. It stays 4-2. 7th inning stretch coming as the Crawdads try to come back here on the Crawdads streaming network. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Crawdads still trailing 4-2. Will Bailey still on the hill for Berkovich. As the Crawdads leadoff man Casey Levitt-McGee digs into the left-hander batter's box and takes a called ball, fastball in the outer half. Levitt-McGee struck out his last 2 times up, but doubled back in the first inning and later scored. From the windup, Bailey fires in another ball in the outer half. It's 2-0. Casey Levitt-McGee, second year in the CCL. Big power increase from his freshman to sophomore seasons. Got a lot more extra base hits. Takes a low changeup. It'll be quick 3-0. Casey Levitt-McGee, who's laid off a number of close pitches in this at-bat. Will Bailey trying to settle in. The 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. Get me over fastball. Around the knees. Be 3-1. Levitt-McGee, a Cal State Bakersfield commit. 2 years at Laney College. The 3-1 pitch is roped out to left center field. Bit of a long run for Jones, and he's not going to get there as it drops in for a single. So Levitt McGee with his second hit of the ball game, and he's aboard here with no outs.
Fantastic piece of hitting for Levitt McGee. He's got a double and a single on the day, 2 for 4. Fantastic debut as a Crawdad.
Like you mentioned, a really nice piece of hitting there with 3 balls. That brings up Dylan Hillman, who's still searching for his first hit. He's 0 for 3. So he takes a high changeup from Bailey. It's 1-0. Hillman has grounded out to third twice. He also struck out. He's also a Head First Academy alum, so he's familiar with Berkovich. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball in on the knees, taken for a ball. It's 2-0.
Good discipline here from Hillman.
Yeah, the Crawdads laying off some close pitches from Bailey. Levitt McGee on first, no outs. 2-0 count to Hillman. Bailey from the stretch, and he deals. And it's roped out to center field, down for a base hit. So back-to-back singles as Levitt McGee holds up at second base. And the Crawdads are in business with 2 on and nobody out.
Heart of the order due up for the Crawdads. Got to imagine the bullpen is up and warming for Berkovich Honors. We can't see from our vantage point, unfortunately, but either way, great job by Hillman. Waiting for a pitch he wanted, smacks it, nice base hit to center field. Same thing that Levitt McGee did. Just guys capitalizing on Bailey, struggling with command, looking for good pitches to hit.
The first offering out to center field. Cole there to make the grab. And Jones fires into third. So a quick out after 2 guys got on. And so it's 1 away with 2 on for the Crawdads.
Joe Coupland now in after that defensive substitution last inning.
Yeah, Coupland, one of a few catchers on this roster. Taking his first hacks of the day. In there for a strike. Fastball down the middle from Bailey. Coupland, native of Danville, where the Crawdads play. He's familiar with this field. He's a Chabot College guy as well. Bailey lifts up his foot, takes a breath, and fires. A high changeup around the head area, taken for a ball.
Coupland also a guy, two-way player. Hit 265 in 38 games last year, 11 appearances, 5.01 ERA.
The 1-1 pitch is hit on a line to short. On to second for 1, on to first in time. And a big double play for the Honors gets the outs they need. And just like that, the side is retired. We go to the top of the 8th. Crawdads still trail 4-2. Here in the top of the 8th inning, Crawdads still trail 4-2. They have a new pitcher. It's Braden Barnes. The Arizona State Sun Devil was all CCL last year with the Crawdads. It's the second season with Walnut Creek. But he only pitched an inning and a third at ASU this past season. Didn't get much time. A pretty loaded bullpen over in Arizona. But he'll face the bottom of the Berkovich lineup that'll surely turn over as faces Buccio. Takes a low fastball for ball 1. Second offering from Barnes in there for a strike. Places the heater low again.
Barnes has that nice upper 80s fastball, mixed in a good breaking ball and changeup.
Goes to the fastball again. Swung on and missed around the letters. It's 1-2.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job kind of overpowering Buccio right here, just with the velocity and where it's at.
The lefty delivers another high fastball, taken for a ball 2-2. Buccio is at San Francisco City College. WACC All-League second team in high school with Bishop O'Dowd. Barnes fires the 2-2. In there, strike 3 called. Around the knees, taken. And the first punch out of the season for Braden Barnes, and it's out number 1.
Overpowering fastballs is the story of that at-bat for Braden Barnes, who's a guy that Coach Cummings wants to use as a high-leverage closer or setup man in the later innings, and we are now in those. So if his rest of his teammates get him a lead, he's at least the setup guy.
Cole Jones now up to the plate for Berkovich. He takes a called fastball for a strike. He's hitless in 4 trips to the plate. This is his 5th. Takes a ball in the dirt. It's 1-1. Jones homered on Thursday against the Sonoma Stompers. Trying to get back to his hitting ways. 0 for 4 today. Barnes fires in a looping breaking ball. Swung on and missed. 1-2. So Barnes trying to get another punch out. Coming in for relief here in the 8th. Takes a breath and fires. And it's a low curveball. Taken for a ball. It's 2-2. Cole Jones doing a good job of waiting on it. Jones hit 282, nearing a 900 OPS at Chabot College this past season. Barnes, the 2-2, fires in again. It's hit high and foul. So we'll do 2-2 again. Berkovich honors. Called the honors because originally you had to have a 3.5 GPA or above to join.
Impressive.
Yeah, indeed. Owned by Michael and Mario Iglesias. The 2-2 from Barnes. Off speed in the dirt. It'll be a full count. And the Berkovich honors have produced a lot of good major league players. 13 have made the majors. Notably Brian Wu on the Mariners, Chris Flexen on the Cubs, and Miles Mastroboni on the Mariners. The full count pitch taken low and no swing from Cole Jones. He'll take the walk. And so runner is aboard with 1 out for the honors.
Tough break there for Braden Barnes, who was ahead in the count really early and then struggled with almost 4 straight balls to effectively end it. And Jones gets on base for the first time today with that walk. Finally breaks that slump of the day.
Barnes checks on first with Mateo Bullis taking his first swings of the day. Came in as a defensive sub at third base. Barnes fires, runner goes. The throw is a little bit tardy, and the runner is safe. So Jones nabs second, and that's the second stolen base of the day for the honors. So Barnes having to deal with a runner in scoring position, and an RBI opportunity here for Mateo Bullis. Sonoma State man did not play in 2025 with the Seawolves. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball swung on late. It'll be 1-1.
Nice overpowering fastball from Barnes. Needs to keep on it. That's been his most effective pitch so far. Has to keep going back to that well because it's working.
See if he does on the 1-1. He does. There's another fastball high in the zone. Swung on and waved at for strike 2. Be 1-2 to Bullis. Is it Sonoma State College needing to cut athletics for a $24 million deficit? And strike 3 swinging. 3 straight swinging fastballs. And they are all waved at and missed from Bullis, who quickly gives the scoop to the man up now, Michael Olson. So there's 2 away for Berkovich as Barnes has done a good job here in relief.
Lefty on lefty is going to be tough for Olson against Barnes, who after that at bat is back in his groove with those high fastballs.
Olson has been aboard 3 times. So he takes a strike, fastball low in the zone. So man on second is Jones, 2 outs. Berkovich leads 4-2. The 0-1 delivery from the lefty Barnes. On the stretch, curveball just off the plate outside. It'll be 1-1. Olson has been aboard 3 times, like I said. Walked twice, hit by a pitch. Also grounded out to second. Barnes trying to get out of the inning here. Doing a good job in relief as the 4th pitcher of the day for Walnut Creek. The 1-1, fastball right down the middle. Taken for a strike, it's 1-2.
Beautiful fastball there, resets the eye level. Now you can try to work in a slider or a curveball here, out and away, catch Olson swinging.
Jacobs would be next. Cold strike 3 on the curveball. A really nice inning of relief for Braden Barnes as he gets out of the inning. So the Crawdads allow Berkovich to leave 1 on, and they trail 4-2 coming up in the bottom of the 8th. The new pitcher for Berkovich is Michael Olson, who was playing DH previously, but he is a 2-way player for the Honors. Really good pitcher his senior year at Castro Valley High School with 2.4 ERA. So he'll face the heart of the order for the Crawdads as John Hewins comes up for the 2nd time today. He flied out back in the 6th. That was his first time up. Lefty on lefty matchup. Olson fires from the windup. Fastball swung on and missed. Right down the middle.
Notably, the next 4 Crawdads batters are all lefties.
See how that shapes out. The 0-1 curveball in there for strike two. A quick 0-2 count from Olson, who hit previously in this game as a DH. The 0-2 pitch from the windup. Fastball just off the plate outside. Be 1-2. Ewens, a native of Waco, Texas, plays at the nearby Baylor. 1-2 offering low. Slider in the dirt will be 2-2. Ewens injured his freshman season in 2024. Played in 11 games in 2025. The 2-2. He gets away from the catcher, Barry. And it's 3-2 on the low off speed. So a good job of battling back for Ewens. Payoff pitch coming from the windup, and it's in there, strike three call. Fastball right down the middle, and Ewens was frozen in his tracks for out number one.
Yeah, tough pitch to sit and look at there on the 3-2 count for Ewens. But really nice recovery.
So one away in the bottom of the eighth. The Crawdads still trail by 2, and here's Sam Jenkins. Swings at the first pitch he sees from Olson, strike one. Jenkins struck out twice in this game, also grounded out to first. He's over 3. The 0-1 pitch. Waved at and missed. Low in the zone. Off speed fooled him. It's a quick 0-2.
Two really great breaking balls there from Olson. He's got these Crawdads hitters guessing at everything. They don't know what's coming.
See what's coming here on the 0-2. So Olson looks in for the sign from the windup. Fastball just off the plate. It's 1-2. Jenkins, we mentioned earlier, also a Baylor Bear. They lost to Oklahoma State in the Big 12 tournament. The 1-2 pitch, a slider in the dirt. Taken for a ball. And for back-to-back at-bats, an 0-2 is fought back a bit. It's 2-2. Olson winds and fires. Called strike three, another fastball right down Broadway. And again, Jenkins, no contest on that one, and it's back-to-back Ks for Olson.
Really excellent pitching from Michael Olson right now. He's just in his groove. You can see why Berkovich Honors waited till the bottom of the eighth to put this guy in, because he's got nasty stuff.
He faces Trey Johnson, who fouls off the first offering from Olson. Johnson homered back in the fourth. He walked in the sixth and flew out in the second. It's his fourth time up. You're in a 4-2 ball game. Takes a curveball down the middle. Another quick 0-2 from Olson. Crawdads with 9 hits. They're out hitting Berkovich by 3 hits, but still trail on the scoreboard. It's 4-2. The 0-2 just off the plate. The changeup taken for a ball. It's 1-2. Trey Johnson, Skyline College man, previously at Berkeley High School. Olson takes a windup and shoots in. It's foul off behind the Crawdad dugout. 2-1-2 again.
Johnson was late there. Really looked like a snap kind of swing when he realized that's going to be a strike on the breaking ball.
The 1-2 again. And it's bounced back to the pitcher. Olson picks it up, throws to first in time, and the side is retired. Crawdads go down 1-2-3 and are blanked on the scoreboard. Berkovich coming up in the ninth as the Crawdads are trying to come back. Here in the top of the ninth inning, Crawdads trail 4-2. Berkovich Honors trying to get some insurance. They'll face Braden Barnes, who struck out 3 in the 8th. They'll face Blake Jacobs to lead things off here in what could be the final full inning. Jacobs trying to get his first hit of the ball game. 0 for 4. Barnes fires in a high fastball in his first delivery, taken for ball 1. Barnes stares in again from the windup and fires in a fastball, hacked out and missed. It'll be 1-1. Another good fastball from the Sun Devil on the hill. Jacobs, a rising junior at Chabot College. The 1-1 pitch. Another fastball, fouled straight back. Another 1-2. Saw a lot of 2-strike counts last inning, and Barnes was able to get those punch outs. Trying for his 4th here.
Barnes continues to look electric on the mound.
See if he can get a punch out. 1-2. Called strike 3. Fastball. Couldn't have been more perfect. Right around belt high. And that's out number 1. So Luca Bocasile will be up. He'll search for his 2nd hit. Doubled back in the 2nd and later scored, but he's also struck out twice. Takes a fastball from Braden Barnes. Called strike 1. Bocasile also at Chabot College. And he waves at a high fastball, strike 2. Braden Barnes commanding that fastball well high in the zone.
Looks almost effortless for Barnes right now. He's just playing pitch and catch with Coupland back there.
The 0-2. That time a changeup, but it's fouled straight back. Do 0-2 again. Bocasile was a senior in 2023 with Castro Valley. Had 6 extra base hits that year. He lines one back to the pitcher, and Barnes waves the glove out and makes the catch for out number 2. So a good reflex there from Braden Barnes to stick the glove out there and grab the ball.
Absolutely. Flash the leather while you're out there. Braden Barnes, have yourself a day.
Doing really good so far in relief for the Crawdads. It's a good sign. As the hitter's Lee, and he fouls one over the Berkovich dugout for strike 1. Tanner Lee has been aboard 4 different times by way of 2 singles, a double, and a hit by pitch as he lines one straight to second. Esquivel there as he makes the grab for out number 3. Last chance for the Crawdads. They trail 4-2. Coming up here in the bottom of the 9th. It'll be the bottom part of the order coming up to try to save the day for Walnut Creek. Last chance for Walnut Creek here in the bottom of the 9th. They trail 4-2 as Riley Leininger will lead things off for Walnut Creek. Facing Michael Olson, who stays in the game after sitting down the Crawdads in order in the 8th.
Yeah, Olson looked absolutely fantastic in the 8th. For the Dads here, you just got to put the ball in play, try to make some contact.
The first offering to Leininger waved at and missed. Fastball down the middle. Leininger singled after coming into the game at third base. Trying to get another hit here to keep the Crawdads alive. So he looks at ball one. Off speed on the outer corner.
Great discipline, good eye from Leininger on that pitch. That looked really close.
From the windup, Olsen deals. Low changeup. Taken for a ball. It's 2-1. Leininger did not play at Oklahoma in 2025. He's in the transfer portal currently. 2-1 pitch on the outer corner. Taken for a ball. Good eye there from Leininger.
Absolutely, he's been super disciplined in this at-bat.
He's worked a 3-1 count. 3-1 offering in there for a strike as Olsen bites back, and the count goes full. Leininger out of Georgetown, Texas, 6'2", 225. The payoff pitch is skied out to right center field and caught by Cole Jones with ease for out number one.
Yeah, that was tough. Leininger did what he's supposed to in that situation. You got to put the bat to the ball on the payoff pitch. Unfortunately, contact wasn't fantastic. Didn't hit it hard enough to get out on that trajectory. So you either have to do that or send it to someplace else, and he didn't.
So that brings up Chris Esquivel. So for 3 with 3 punch-outs. He swings at the first pitch he sees a bit early. It's 0-1 from Olsen. Esquivel, 2 years at St. Mary's, 1 at USD. He takes a strike, quick 0-2, low fastball around the knees. He's also played in 2 different summer leagues. This is his third. The 0-2 pitch, curveball just off the plate outside. It'll be 1-2.
Good eye there from the righty facing the lefty pitcher.
The 1-2 offering. Curveball in there, called strike 3, and that's 4 strikeouts for Chris Esquivel on a day he'd like to forget. And so the last chance for the Crawdads is the leadoff man, Casey Levitt McGee. Try to extend the game for Walnut Creek here on opening day. Levitt McGee with a pair of hits and a pair of strikeouts. Most recent hit was a single in the 7th. Digs into the left-hander's batter's box. Olsen fires in a called strike. Fastball could have been better. It's 0-1.
McGee was behind on his timing there. He sent his hips, but couldn't get the bat around in time.
He turns on one, hits it out to right center, and it's down for a base hit. Takes a turn at first, and digging into second easily is McGee. And it's a 3-hit ball game for Casey Levitt McGee, putting one in the gap in right center.
That time he was sure about it. He started the hips and then let the bat come around earlier on Olsen. He was about to do it the first pitch and then saw the same thing again, and he was able to turn on it. Really fantastic piece of hitting from Levitt McGee against a guy who's been super effective.
So he warrants a mound visit. And so Mike Mungars visits the mound for the Berkovich Honors. They need 1 out, but the tying run will stand in. It's Dylan Hillman. Potentially could tie this ball game with a big fly. So it's Levitt McGee on second. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Crawdads with 10 hits on the day, but only 2 runs.
Man, Hillman could have a really memorable moment here as a first-year Crawdad. Already has a hit today, but 1 for 4, looking for another one.
You see Irvine commit, digs in, and swings at the first pitch he sees over to third base, and it's flipped over to first by Mateo Bolas, and just like that, the ball game is over. Crawdads fall on opening day 4-2, and Berkovich Honors with a really standout performance from their pitching. Able to hand the Crawdads a loss here at Chabot College. So the final totals, Crawdads 2 runs on 10 hits and 1 error, and Honors 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors. The winning pitcher should go down as the starter, Barry, who was phenomenal out the gate for the Berkovich Honors, but that'll just about do things. Charlie, final thoughts on opening day?
You know, definitely some positives from the Crawdads at batters. 10 hits in a game usually is going to do you really well. Unfortunately, they had a lot of 2-out hits that were preventative. They also were not able to get base runners past second very often. The pitching from the Berkovich Honors squad was just really fantastic today. Pitching definitely needs some time to shake off the rust as we start this summer ball campaign. But all things considered, not the worst thing in the world for the Crawdads on game number 1 of the season.
Yeah, it's a non-CCL game, so it doesn't hurt their record. I want to tighten some things up. We saw some positives, like you mentioned. Braden Barnes coming in for relief and pitching some really solid innings there late. So the Crawdads fall 4-2, but they'll be back here tomorrow against the Alameda Inkers in another non-CCL game before beginning CCL play against the Merchants, also of Alameda, here at Chabot College. But that'll just about do it from us. Kasey Kazliner, Charlie Limoncelli, here at Chabot College in Hayward as the Crawdads fall to Berkovich Honors 4-2 here on the Crawdads Streaming Network.